Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room recap for Friday, November the 15th. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. If you have any questions, you can use that email address right here, the info at trade-ideas.com. This is a link to get into our free room. It's 100% free. You do not have to be a member of Trade Ideas to be in our free room. I open the room every morning at 9 o'clock Eastern. I go to 3 o'clock Eastern. And in the link you're getting, there is still time to sign up for our test drive. We've had a very successful first week. You can still get a week. It costs you $8.99 for next week, Monday to Friday. And what that gets you our full premium service, all right? Our new simulation trading module, all of our AI alerts, and everything else that we have, just as if you were a premium subscriber. And the test drive will run till next week. It's over after then. Don't worry. People ask all the time, what happens when it's over? When it's over, there's nothing that you have to do. We don't put you into a subscription or anything like that. Obviously, we'd love for you to take out a subscription, and there'll be a nice, probably about a 25% promo code that if you do want to take out a subscription, you can. Give me one moment, please. I forgot to load a chart before I started this. Ooh, I run the risk of, just a minute here, just want to get this chart big. Lots of questions in the room today, which is great. And just, there we go. Here's the, oops. Here is the chart. Just 1 second, please. I'm going to have to put myself on mute for a second. I did something on the other monitor. All right, I'm back. Now, I got to show you this awesome trade from the AI today. I mean, look at this, torque. Now, it might have been difficult to get. I will give you that. There was the entry. This is a short. Torque had, and we saw this in the pre-market, had terrible news. $1.48. I typically don't, short stocks that are this cheap. And I actually tried to get it at I think $1.41 or 40. And because of the uptick rule, I could not get it. The uptick rule meaning that had to have some action at the ask. Went into the bid, had to have some action at the ask. And I might have been in a big queue of people wanting to do the same thing. I just couldn't get it. But I know there were some people that actually they auto traded the entry on this. They were able to get it. I think some of the traders at Trade Ideas got it at 144. I mean, that's a big 25% move down. But look at the move too. I mean, this is just a great, what I call a big stress-free. Oh, let me just minimize this. Just a stress-free move. I mean, there's the alert. Paused a bit and just kept inching down, down, down. Just had a little bit of a bounce here. But, I mean, even got down to underneath 94. Now, at this point, I'd probably be out or have taken something. I'm not going to let it come all the way back. But an incredible alert. I mean, 25% down at the last price, but, that would have been probably about 30 or 40% down at 92 cents. So just a tremendous alert. Vapo, another one, 992, 1066. I mean, tremendous percentage increases. Now, if you're wondering, well, how do you know which ones to take? First of all, this is what I do. I mean, I'm not saying what, you do. And because I'm the moderator of the room and we're in the middle of this test drive, it's very difficult for me to concentrate on trading at all. But when things slow down a little bit, maybe by the end of next week and certainly the following week, I can pay a little more attention to the alerts we're getting. And what I like to do is I like to sort on the aggressive profit percent. What this is doing is just showing me the stocks that are really in play for the whole day. I don't care about these ones. It's that simple. I just don't care about these ones. I want to focus on these ones and seeing, just because a stock has already moved 23% or 7%, maybe 23 is a little extreme, but 3%, and if I've missed it, doesn't matter. It could still be setting up. I used the example of IGT yesterday. IGT was there was an alert right there from the AI at 1447, okay? Now, where I got into this, we were talking, let me just, I'm going to leave it as a 15-minute chart. So where I got into this was right up here because it started basing. And look what a great move it had afterwards, okay? So it doesn't, it doesn't necessarily mean that just because you don't get in right at the beginning that it cannot set up. And even here you could say, well, there's sort of a pullback you could have got in. But right there, that was beautiful. I mean, it was, we talked about it in the room. Not only did it have the pop out of this out of this consolidation, it looks even more dramatic on a 5-minute chart. I'll see if it shows up. Just have to maybe make the chart just a little bit bigger. I hope I don't lose it. Okay. And stretch it out a bit. Sorry, there you go. So you can see right there, look at the consolidation, but more importantly, and I know I talked about this in the video, look at the volume that came in to cause this pop to go. So all I'm saying is that with the AI alerts, it's a great watch list for the day. Don't agonize over, man, the alert was at $9.02 and it's at $9.05 now. I didn't get it right at the alert. It's a great watch list for the day. And a lot of these are not set up. I know we get out, and the AI gets out of every trade at the end of the day, but doesn't mean you have to. If you got into a trade and it's still working and it still has, the room to still move based on the daily or the weekly or the monthly chart, then, you can choose to hold it, and swing it for a while. So, look at the VAPO. I mean, the VAPO, 992, I mean, it gets all the way up to 1082. Laser, I think, is another one that worked out very nicely. 1914 on the alert. And, these are great moves, guys. Pretty solid, too. I mean, a little topping tail there, but pretty solid all the way up there. Of course, you could have taken some out here, and then you could have withstood that pullback. You didn't have to take it all out. And then, you could have held on, and then, now you're back up to the highs of the day. So a lot of ways to use the AI. My watch list today produced, there's the DXC. 36.75. It's not like a huge move, but this is one of those ones that, again, if you choose to look at a chart like this, and you can just sort of see, look at what could happen. This is actually a buy from the AI back on the 12th at 33.57. So we're sitting up here now, but look at what could happen. I mean, this had bad news, obviously, here, but on the 11th, I guess that was Monday, it had earnings, and, if we're looking at a daily chart, you would see what happened. There's the earnings reaction. And so now it's trying to get out of all this mess and start to attack this area again. So, there's all sorts of things that, the VFF, 602. Look at it. It's 640. This is from my alert window today, okay? Let me just get into a 15-minute chart so you can see these things better. And I'm not saying every single one of them is going to work. This AIH, this one, it got up to 166, but this was really choppy. Really, really, really choppy. Look at these topping tails and bottoming tails, okay? The Resi. Now, this is one that I got back into. I actually got stopped out early, and then I got back into it. 1002, it hits 1052. I think this one was a tough one. 312, very, very choppy, and so, but if you get in them, there's always a stop. The RDNT, 1803. This was a really interesting one. I got into this one, got all the way up to 1845. This is one that we're talking about in the pre-market because basically they're going to be added to the S&P Small Cap 600 on November 20th, I think. And so we've seen a lot of cases where when stocks get that announcement, when it hits, they knew, I'm sure, before, but when it hits, these stocks can really start to run on the day of. Now, this didn't run that much. It's still up, 13%, but we've seen in cases where, they pop in the pre-market and then they just keep going up and up and up and all day long. So that's why I was really interested in this one. It worked, but not tremendously. This one, INFN 648, 663 now. The I, 1407, got as high as 1568. This is all from my watch list, guys. See what this one's doing. Now this had the tremendous. This one was from my watch list yesterday. Look at the run it had. So I decided to keep it on to see if it could have another day. Didn't trigger until it got to the high of yesterday. That's why. So 1193. So it would not trigger, wouldn't trigger all through this. It needs to get to the high of yesterday before we get a trigger. All I'm trying to say though is my watch list is something that I create every day for you. And all you have to do in order to see it is to click on New, Channel Bar, and then My Windows, okay? And every day it's created for you. Some of the symbols, like from today's watch list, may carry over to Monday, and then I'll be adding some. I'll be subtracting some and adding some. So it is, it's not the same list every day, though there could be similar symbols. So I don't know. I mean, it's why I do this is for new traders, maybe to concentrate on just a certain number of stocks all day long. And even for me, though, I mean, I love it. I mean, if I weren't doing anything else, I would probably just take a look at my watch list all day long, But, I do have other things that I like to look at and show to people, and of course the AI. But I mean, there would come a point where I could probably just look at my watch list and the AI, and that's all I would have to do. So anyway, I want to get back into the room. I'm doing this video rather late. Usually it's about half an hour later than I normally do it. So I do want to get back into the room. If you want to participate in the test drive next week, again, there's in the email you're going to see the test drive link. And you'll have 5 full trading days. And you can come into the trading room and I can do my best to help you understand, our simulator. This is our real-time simulator. It uses our data. It has nothing to do with your broker. You don't, so it's all to do with our simulator. And it's a great exercise in, how to trade. See how well you do. It's that simple. You might look at something and say, yeah, I'd really like to trade that. And so you simulate the trade and say, ooh, that didn't work out very well. And you try to figure out, well, why? And, as time progresses, you start to understand how patterns work and, why some things might work and some things don't work. Just because something did work, pattern worked in the past, 10 times, doesn't mean it's going to work in the 11th time. But you like to put the odds in your favor, So it's really, that's, when I say simple, I mean, I'm not trying to say that trading is simple. It takes a lot of effort and time and all. But I mean, a lot of times when you see enough charts and you start seeing patterns over and over again, you start to get a feel for it. And then you can let the AI tell you, give you an idea. There's your entry. There's your stop. I mean, it's all laid out for you. And you can follow along as a great watch list, and mine also all day long. So I hope everybody has a great weekend. It's been a long week for me, and I have another long week coming up. Lots of explaining to do, lots of new people, but that's great. I love doing it. So I hope everybody has a great weekend. And let me just back out this chart. Any questions for me? Right there. Link to the free trading room, and the link for the test drive is in the email you're getting. I'll open the room 9 o'clock Monday morning. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.